Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum. I'm here with your program Islam in the Contemporary World. Islam is a comprehensive religion. It deals with different sort of issues and problems. Today we'll be discussing about Islam and social issues. What is Islam and how Islam addresses to the real issues of human being? Quran itself is a comprehensive guideline for those who are searching for realities and who those want to live in the modern world with proper manner. In this connection, we have invited two eminent personalities. Those important personalities would be telling us about Islam and social issues. Our first guest speaker or participant for the program is Professor Dr. Aqil Barni. We welcome you in our program Islam in the Contemporary World.
Thank you.
Dear brothers and sisters, our second guest for this program is Professor Dr. Fateh Muhammad Burfat. Professor Dr. Fateh Muhammad Burfat, we welcome you in our program.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. So, this was a slight introduction of these two important personalities. Professor Aqil Barni, we would like to start with a general question. While we say Islam and social issues, how do you conceive the world with reference to Islam?
You know, if you see present day world, nothing is defined in isolation. We have interactions at international level as well as national level and in family life. And you know, Islam is the religion of peace, and peace gives very much importance to tolerance, relationships among the people at all level. And we see in the contemporary world today that Islam becomes the attraction or a focal point of many people around the globe. And there are various reasons of it. Economic reasons, of course, social reasons, and present age is the age of media, and of course information flows at very unprecedented rate around the globe. Of course there are communication gaps and problems which are of course need to be addressed in this age. Therefore, in the present age, Islam should be given due importance, because Islam is not only a practicing religion for an individual person. Islam provides a paradigm, a model to have relations at global level, with the focal point is the peace around the globe.
Globe naturally is a basic requirement for everybody, because we cannot live alone, or we cannot keep ourselves away from the world situation. In this connection, Professor Burfat, you're a professor of sociology. How do you see the world with reference to Islam and social problems or social issues?
Thank you, Dr. Qadri. First of all, I am thankful you have given me a chance, and you and your team
You're welcome.
an opportunity to talk about a very sensitive issue. And as stated by you, I do believe that Islam is a comprehensive religion.
Exactly.
And it has solution of each and every problem. As an international community, I do believe that when I have used the word Islam and Ummah, I usually mean it, the international community and international solution for the international issues. So as I stated, or as I understood, Islam, it has two aspects and it has two meaning. One is the submission to the will of God.
Yeah.
This is the basic meaning, as you know very well.
Yeah.
Second is the peace. So first is the submission to the will of God. I think this is the simple solution.
So submission means your sincerity.
So this is the complete submission.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the main issue. Can the majority of the people, I may admit it, we are Muslim. Why? Because we born in a Muslim family. So this is a question, how much you have submitted to the will of God. I think this is a very simple solution. when people they have submitted their will to the will of God, there will be no individual will, and all social issues of the day, of the modern society, of the 21st century, they are the individual wills. Maybe economic, political, crime, you can talk about any issue. From the violence to the crime, it can be discussed. Usually, I think what is happening in the present world, this is the need of the Islam. If you will go with the history and the emergence of Islam, it was for the solution of the practical problems, and it is a practical solution. And usually when I say that problem, and the most important thing as a student of sociology, problems, they are created by people themselves. There was no problem before the people. So when I say that the problem, they are created by people, and they can solve it.
Yeah.
In the light of Islam, yes, solutions are there, theories are there, directions are there, but people, they are the responsible people, they have created problem, and they can solve the problem. So I think we must accept this challenge.
So challenge should be accepted,
Yes.
and we should be ready to resolve the problems and to address seriously to the problems which
Yes,
are emerging in our
absolutely.
community. And in this connection, I would say, Dr. Aqil Barni, while we say issues, how do you conceive as a scientist that issues can be addressed in the light of science?
And of course, what is intelligence is to attack the problems efficiently, amicably, and of course to resolve the problems. But one of the big issues that you have pointed out, that Dr. Barfat pointed out, that is the will of God.
Yeah.
What is will of God? One thing which is very important is that if you follow the will of God, you accept the epistemology of will of God, that is knowledge about God, right? Then many things go down. Your will goes down, and it is one of the biggest things to resolve the conflicts of the society nowadays. If the will of the individuals, will of the, or you can say that will of the nations rather than rationality, then it creates problems.
So
It
will-
means if we are intelligent enough, then we must solve the problems.
Yeah. What is social behavior?
Social behavior, of course, when we talk about social behavior, then you can realize then one should have a feeling, then he must react in a society, otherwise not.
Yeah.
He must act accordingly. He must show the activeness to solve the problems as well. If you have a behavior, then you have action and reaction, what I feel. Therefore, if you are talking about the solutions of the problems, therefore one thing which is of immense importance is the behavior. If there is no behavior, then there is no reaction or proactive action. Then we cannot solve the problems, and therefore behavior is very important, what I feel. In the context of Islam, Islam talks about behavior.
Yeah.
And you know, that whole part of the Quran, if you see, that we have been ordered do this, 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 this. If the people do with you like this, do like this. Speak always truth. That is, this is a behavior of a Muslim which comes in front of you, it talks truth.
And Dr. Barfat, you've been teaching criminology for a long time. Seeing all these activities, like in the light of criminology, how do you suggest and how do you feel that cybercrime, social behavioristic approach, and relationship between husband and wife, there are so many interrelated criminal activities or criminal relationship, or sometimes like selfish behavior, or focal point is just to get something from an individual or someone and then just forget it. So this behavior, you think that it is increasing or you can decrease with the help of Quran and Sunnah?
I think as Dr. Qadri you stated in the introduction, when we talk about the Islam, I think there are only 2 or 3 very simple principles of the social life for the integration and organization in society. One most important principle is justice. Number 2 principle is equality. All these issues, they are the product of the injustice and inequality. As you stated, yes, solutions are there. But when we talk about the social behavior, Yes, social behavior, it is a product of the society.
Yeah.
It is the response and the reaction.
Yeah.
When we talk about the response and reaction, these become the issues of the today. And I think solutions are there, but they are very simple. This is the importance of the mankind. In my opinion, because you know that I am a student of sociology and criminology, I don't claim as an expert about the subject you are talking, but I can say that in this universe, number one is Allah, number two is mankind. And Allah has created man as vicegerent, as an assistant. And this importance must be given to the mankind.
So I must adapt one thing, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and human
Yes,
being.
yes.
So there is a medium,
Yes,
which is Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu
Sallallahu
alaihi
alaihi
wasallam, and his life is a paradigm for humanity. So his social behavior, his individual behavior, his
and I must
sort of
mention as a Rahmatul Alameen.
Rahmatul Alameen.
And it is not only limited one community.
Yeah.
And the most important thing, it is not limited only one community, one nation. When we say Rahmatul Alameen, for the universe,
Yeah.
for the all population, for the whole community, for the whole world. So I think, yes, problems are there, but the solution, again I would like to say that people. And the people they can solve. And this status must be given to people without any discrimination of caste and creed. As stated, yes, the people, they are the vicegerent of God, they are the messenger, all the messenger of the God, they are selected by the people and from the people. For the people, from the people, I can say that again, the same definition can be repeated. Yes, Islam, it come for the people and it has solution. So again, we are not giving the importance to the mankind. So this is maybe the philosophical thinking, and I think Dr. Burning can give some inputs, but I think the most important thing in this universe, they are the people, and this importance must be given to the people, and the people, they must recognize how they can solve. And this is the tolerance and love for the mankind. And I think this is the solution of the all problems from the crime. Yes, it is increasing, no one can deny. But why it is increasing? Because of the... So again, one thing is very important, we should not hate the people. We should act the behavior, and as you said, that social behavior.
Yeah.
Social behavior is the act. And here again, there is no need to hate the people or mankind or maybe the criminal. Again, there is a need to understand why the people, they are doing the crime. And we should hate the crime, not the people. So this is the solution.
Yeah, and I believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided us properly, and everybody who is living in this world, if he goes through the pages of history and see the beautiful principles of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, we would finally find out solutions to the problems. Dr. Aqil Barni, being a scientist, what kind of major issues you think in the contemporary world, and how can we resolve?
If we talk about issues, there are many sort of issues, like social issues you are talking about.
How about educational issues?
I am coming to that. While we talk social issues, there are embedded many issues are there. It means educational problems, the economic problems, of course family problems, of course the relation with other nations problem, and of course our attitude towards other religions is also a problem for us to resolve in this age of communication, in this age of moving. People are interacting very fast, and you are talking about cyber, of course, world around us. We are living in a world where things are moving very fast, access is very fast, millions of people simultaneously talking and interacting there with them, and showing and disseminating these ideas through internet, through various medias and so on. That what we have to do in this context is to create an awareness, is to create a think tank of the experts of the Islamic world, of course expert maybe of other religions, maybe of other thoughts and ideas, who can solve the problems of humanity, of course in the context of Islam, because Islam is a religion of nature. If somebody talks right, you will find it, the solution is there as well in the Islam. If you say that if anybody is very cruel, then he should be punished for that. And this is the universal rule, and it is available in the Islam. It means that in this context, we should have some global solutions of the problems so that we can interact in the community of nations with great honor and dignity. We should accept other religions, other religions should respect our religion. This is the one of the biggest problems when Muslims are facing nowadays, is that Muslims face various sentimental issues and shocks very off and on, and people of other nations do not realize it. Thus we do not disrespect and disown Hazrat Isa, we do not disown Hazrat Musa. Why the people of these nations disown our holy prophet? This is very important.
Moses and Jesus, both of them, they are prophets, respectable and beloved prophets for the Muslim Ummah. And Professor Dr. Barfat, being a sociologist, how do you see this world? And this world naturally is full of beauty, full of colors, full of diversified thoughts, but still we are facing serious challenges. Like being a Muslim Ummah. How do you see this world? How can you resolve it?
As we know that, Dr. Qadhi, as a social scientist, you can easily understand, world is dynamic. It is ever changing. But I do believe that it is a beautiful creation of God. When say that world and the mankind, they are the beautiful creation of God. Yes, it is moving because it is dynamic and it is moving, ever changing. So the problems and the nature is also ever changing. Sometimes we are not understanding and we are not adjusting ourselves with the changing environment. Because of this also the issues and problems are increasing. Again, there is a need to understand the ever changing world in which we are living. Now we are the part of the global community. So when we are living in a global community, our level of thinking must be at global level.
You think global, the term of global village or global world or international community, all these terminologies are sort of change in the world community has created problems or really solved the problems of human
beings? I think no, it is not a problem, but I think the people, they are coming near. So thank you to the computers and other information technology. When we say the global, now the voices, what we are talking here, it can be listened everywhere.
Current situation and modern inventions have resolved the issues or is going to create some other issues, social issues. We are discussing about all these and we are continuing with these social issues, but I would request you to kindly stay with us. There is a short break. We are coming back soon. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome back in our program Islam in the Contemporary World, and we are discussing about social issues, what kind of social issues we have around us. Dr. Barfat, please continue your conversation.
Dr. Qadhi, thank you. As a student of social sciences, I do believe that the technology, inventions, as well as science, I think it is not good or bad. Use make the difference. If you are using for good purposes, it is very good. So the things, they are not good or bad, use make the differences. So I think technology, it is solving the problem, but at the same time you can use it for the negative purpose. So again, the mankind.
And I must I'm sorry, but I will have to mention one hadith saying of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and how subhanallah, beloved Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam beautifully explained the nature of human being and intention. He says, innamal a'malu binniyat. Whatever we do, whatever we commit ourselves in the society, in the community, whatever we act, this is purely a matter of our intention.
No doubt,
If we have good intention, then we will be given reward of it. If we have bad intention, use of modern technology for bad intention, then naturally we will be given punishment.
Again, one thing is very important, this is the balance. Islam is a religion of balance. So I think we should stop the extremism in both ways, maybe in technology as well as maybe in other aspects. So I think Islam is a balanced religion, and it is always talking about the balance in life. So men, particularly, again I would like to say that when they are using, they must think about other people. So when they are loving the people, when they are caring the people, and this is the message of Islam. Humanity is the message of Islam.
Yeah, sure.
Love is the message
Yeah.
of Islam.
Yeah.
And justice is the message of Islam. So I think these are the solutions suggested. Only the need is action. Sometimes there is a gap between theory and action. So why we are facing the problem? There is a difference between saying and doing.
So saying and doing, these are the most important principles. We say, but we don't act. That's why there is a big chaos, a crisis of Muslim Ummah, or it may make serious repercussions upon other societies, communities, non-Muslim communities. Dr. Barney, being a scientist, and especially while you talk of intelligence system approach, how do you see this world? How can you address, with the help of contemporary social sciences and contemporary applied sciences?
One thing, as you told again and again, that I am dealing with intelligent systems and artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
One thing which is of immense importance in intelligent systems is intelligent agent.
Mm-hmm.
If an agent or somebody is working for you, he should be his direction should be defined. He should be sincere to that. That is called rationality.
Mm-hmm.
If we are agents of God, if we are like Awliya, they are called the friends of Allah.
Subhanallah.
And Subhanallah.
And Quran says,
Quran says,
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Ala inna awliya Allahi la khawfun alayhim wa la hum yazanun. These are the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who have no worries about.
no worries
What
about.
kind of worries are these? If you have some social expectations from others,
Yeah.
that, oh, this man or this gentleman can give me something, or I can gain some wealth or some sort of resources, social resources from this special or specific group, then, but these are the people who are carefree.
There I am talking
They
about.
don't care about even.
Therefore, I was talking Awliyas. And Awliya, whatever they do, they are the will of God. They do only those things which God expect from us. And if they are very good representative of God. If an intelligent person is there, he should be like Awliya. He should follow
Mashallah.
the will of God.
Will of God.
And this is what I think. If I am making a machine which is artificially intelligent, I will expect that this machine should work as I want.
Wow, subhanallah.
If it is not working like
Yeah.
this, which a man created, if man is a creature of God and a sub-creature of man, very small creature of man, which has no meaning in this huge world,
Yeah.
and if we want like this, then why God will not expect from us? What should we do? And it is, God mentioned the revelation from God through our holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be
Sallallahu
upon him, in the form of model, the seerah,
Yeah.
Sirat, our holy Prophet.
Life of Holy Prophet,
Yes,
yeah.
it's a paradigm which is available to us. We should work like this, and we should become the good agent of God.
So-
and it should solve various problems which is prevailing around the world, and locally as well as globally. And you are talking about these global problems are creating problems or not. Of course, problems are usually locally. But in the context of global approach, we try to solve our problems with the experience of other people. This is called global solution of local problems. Therefore, if we want to solve our problems, we have to see who is doing the best practice.
Exactly. And Dr. Prafat, I must continue the discussion and the words Dr. Barney, really beautifully he managed things. I believe spiritual guidance is need of community, but
Yeah.
we are fully ignorant of all these factors. Exactly.
Dr.
Yeah.
Qadi, I think we can't deny, maybe not as a sociologist, but as a mankind, spirit and soul, it is a compulsory part of human being. Man is with the spirit. Without spirit, there is no man.
Yeah.
So spirit is a compulsory part of one person, but I can change it as a vision. Those people, they do believe in spirits and they can have vision. So this vision will change into the mission. So I think, what is the mission? Again, this must be discussed and must be redefined. Okay, what is the purpose of the mankind in this universe? This is the main objective of the life as well as universe, to create facilities for other people. So when we say that you may have the vision, it can be changed into the expectations. As Dr. Bunny stated and you have stated, higher the expectation, greater will be the frustration. This is the problem of the modern world.
Yeah.
So again, there is a need to control your expectations. So again, there is a relationship between wants and resources. What is the issues of the present world? There is a gap between the expectation, I can change it into the wants, or maybe the desires. Higher the desires, greater will be the frustration. So when the people, they have spirits, they do believe that what they do have, this is the one of the fate, and you believe that it is also one part of the belief system that we must believe in the fate. But again, I do believe that usually the mankind, he or she has the power to solve the problem. Why? As a supreme creature of God. So I think as a mankind, this is an award, and this is a supreme selection of the God. So man, when they recognize as a man, I do believe that they have the power to solve the problem. Only the issue is the recognition.
So
You recognize yourself as one of the supreme creature of God, and this is the can do. I do believe in can do. When I say as a one of the supreme creature of God, I do believe in can do. So when I say can do, yes, challenge can be accepted.
this challenge can be accepted, but major factor is that who understands challenge and who would be going to solve these problems. Dr. Barney, you think being Muslim, we are a bit away from our destination, or we have achieved our goals 100%. What do you think?
Two things are very much important. One is the faith and other is the virtue. If you have a good faith in God and you are confident in God, and revelation of God is there, guidance is there, prototype is there, model is there, and then virtue, reasoning. There should be reason, and we should reason, we should have a good faith in God, then the problems will be solved. And as you are saying, Awliya Allah, they are friends of God. The thing which is different in themselves is that they are content, they are patient, they follow the will of God, and they don't care their own will.
Dr. Burfat,
Yes.
naturally you deal with youngsters, you deal with different students, and you also have your friends, and you have seen so many cultures. With those references, I'm asking you, what are these important issues for humanity and how can we resolve these issues?
Thank you, Dr. Qadri. I think the most important issue, in my opinion, one is the gap between rich and poor. And this gap is increasing day by day because of the injustice and inequality. Then, as Dr. Barney is stated in the Muslim world, is the social system. We don't have one stable social system. You are facing in the, maybe you can start with Libya, you can start with Egypt, you can go to the Syria, you can talk about Afghanistan, you can talk about Pakistan. Usually this disorganization, I can say it, social disorganization from the family to the state. So again, there is a need to develop our institution. We are not developing the institution, we are developing the leadership particularly. I think another also can be mentioned, it is the leadership issue. Usually the Muslim world, they are facing the leadership issue also, because leaders, they make the differences. Then also can be discussed the population. You know that, as Dr. Barney stated, we have 60% youth, and youth without leadership, youth without guidance, youth without basic facilities.
Who is
particularly in
responsible? Who is
Pakistan.
responsible for?
We are. I do
Naturally.
believe that
Yeah,
we are means
Yeah.
we all people,
Yeah.
because this is the civil society now, and this social responsibility is increasing day by day. We must accept, as a teacher,
Yeah.
I must accept.
Yeah.
I think as one of the citizen of this society, I must accept. So one is the responsibility. Sometimes we are always accepting about the rights. There are many organizations, they are working about the rights. but again there should be some organization. They should talk about the duties. Then also about the issues of the child labor, issues about the gender, issues about the gap between rural and about the urban population. Then another very important issue is the materialism. As you stated, now I think this materialism is increasing day by day, and wealth particularly. You know that even he was not a Muslim, but he said that wealth is the social root cause of social evils. And it is also stated in Islam, this is one of the concepts of the people, when they are the follower of the wealth, then all beliefs they die. So I think these are the, I can also summarize, these all social issues, they are created by people themselves. Again, there is a need, they must focus it for the purpose of the life. I think this is not the purpose of life. We should solve the problem.
Dr. Barney, how do you see these social issues, which are very important and serious, being an intellectual of Muslim community, Muslim world, and you have your experience and exposure not only in Pakistan, outside as well. What kind of remedies must be there to address these issues and seriously resolve the issues?
You know that present day societies are called knowledge societies. Knowledge becomes a commodity. Knowledge becomes the bread and butter of the nations as well as an individual. Therefore, we should first realize we should have a think tanks, reservoirs of knowledge, and they should convince people in Islamic world or in general that knowledge is very important to solve the problems. Knowledge in every field of knowledge, like it is in economics, maybe in medical sciences, maybe in religious sciences, maybe in social sciences, maybe in computer sciences for that matter, in mathematical sciences. Knowledge is of immense importance, and every field of knowledge is of immense importance. This is first thing. Second thing is income distribution in Muslim countries is of immense importance. There is you can say that the poverty is there, and very rich people are there, very poor people are there. You will find a very low percentage of middle class people. There is no bridging there, and middle class people are the backbone of the societies. If you see the developed countries around the globe, the high percentage of middle class, highly technical, knowledgeable peoples are available. Therefore, this is one of the big problem is the education, knowledge, distribution of income, population issues and related problems and solutions. Of course, most of the Muslim countries are addressing these problems. Some of the countries are very good in technologies. Even in Muslim countries, they are good. We should follow. We should see how in contemporary world they are trying to resolve and competing with the other nations to solve problems, keeping in view the guidance and revelation from God, that is Islamic principles. Therefore, what I feel is that we should realize that we are living in a society which is technology oriented, which is communication oriented. The people are coming near to one another. They are trying to understand one another. You can have an account living in Pakistan. You can actively hold an account in any other country.
And
this is very important nowadays.
So
this is just a very simple example.
You mean interactions must be done between different groups and different people, and society should be activated based on knowledge and based on communication, based on different realities. And these realities wouldn't be like only ideological. And while I say ideological means just to keep yourself...
One thing I'm coming to that, over media in Pakistan, they are trying to focus the problems, bringing the problems in front of the people's health problems, poverty problems, affected people's problems, and sometimes looks very bad criminal problems like dirtiness in the society and related problems, bad governance problems. Therefore, to disseminate problems is very good, but there is a need that we should address these problems as well. Of course, half of the problem is solved when it is disseminated, but next part who will do, this is one of the big problems of Muslims.
Exactly. And Dr. Gurfat, you must have heard from Dr. Barney, being a social scientist. What do you see this contemporary world, and how should we resolve these problems?
I am optimistic, and I do believe that this world will change, and inshallah we will change it. So I do believe that it is going very well. These issues, they are the part of life, and we must think about it. I do believe that with the help of technology, with the help of youth leadership, now the youth, they are coming up and they have recognized their potentials. So I do believe that as a teacher, our youth, they are very potential. So we play our role, and we are waiting for the next one. So I do believe that in potential, particularly in Pakistan, we are waiting. Sometimes we are waiting for Allah, but I think we should wait for the youth leadership.
Allah is always there, and
but Allah has suggested and has given many things. So the people, they must recognize their potentials.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
in the light of Allah's teaching.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in His holy book, Quran, says, "Nahnu aqrabu min hablil warid."
Yes, I do believe. Yes.
And this is a clear sign.
This is the
that
nearest
everybody,
one.
Everybody
Yes.
who has this belief, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would help. And I believe that we have discussed different aspects of social behavior, social sciences and applied sciences. I wish I could have more time
Thank you.
for such a great discussion, but have to wind up this program. Before saying vote of thanks, I must say that we learned a lot from this discussion, and following a tradition, I must say, Professor Dr. Aqil Barni, thank you very much on behalf of ARYQ TV, and Professor Dr. Fateh Muhammad Burfat. I am thankful to you.
Thank you to you also.
For your time and your such great contribution. My dear brothers and sisters, today's discussion conveys a very strong message with strong recommendation and request that we are here to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and prove ourselves with proper manner and character as our ancestors prove. Let's wake up, see the future, and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and love Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You can see the world in your favor, and after departure from this world, we will be the successful people, as Quran says, فَقَدْ فَازَ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا. May Allah bless all of you. Thank you very much for being with us. Allah Hafiz. Goodbye.